2007 Jeep Wrangler. Transmission line leaking. And if you can see down here, right there, that is what we're going to be taking off today. And what they call that is a transmission cooler pressure and return line jumper. And the reason they call it a jumper is because it disconnects right there. Both transmission lines disconnect right there, and then it just bolts to the side of the transmission cooler with one bolt. So we're going to take that off. There's two O-rings in there, and you can see two O-rings on the lines themselves. Now I don't know if those actually come like that from the factory or what the story is with those. Maybe these have already been changed one time before, and whoever changed them put the old ones up there on those lines for whatever reason. I have no idea. We're going to put new O-rings inside the little receptacles there, and new seals on the jumper itself. And when I say seals, so they do not sell the seals for this jumper separately. I looked everywhere. I never could find any. When you go to the parts catalog, it shows the jumper only, does not show the O-rings in those receptacles right there, does not show the seals for the other end of it. You have to buy the entire jumper to get the O-rings and the seals. Well, I've got O-rings and I've got seals, so we're not replacing the whole jumper. The whole jumper is about $80, was the cheapest I found it, and it went up from there, about $150 on some sites. So we're going to take this off. We're going to replace the seals and both O-rings, put it back on, and hopefully that's going to take care of our leak. Now, a few months back, I changed the lines right there, and that took care of that particular leak. But the jump, and I mean, that almost stopped it completely. Replacing those, the leak's almost gone. It just, every now and then there'll be a little spot on the ground. So this is the next step, in hopes of stopping the leak 100%. So basically I'm going to take that bolt out right there. You can see that bolt. I think it's a 10 millimeter. I'm going to take it out. That'll disconnect that manifold from the cooler. Pull the two clips out right here. I've shown that in another video, but I'll show it again. And that'll disconnect both those lines, and then that whole jumper piece will pop out of there. So let me get set up to do that, and we'll get started. Okay, my hand's probably going to be in the way on most of this, but hopefully you'll be able to get the idea. I'll zoom in best I can. So these little plastic pieces right here just snap off. They're just little covers. Half the time they won't even be on there. They'll be back on the lines where they've either vibrated off or someone's put them off and they wasn't able to, didn't want to put them back on. Now, you don't want to lose these clips. And I know it's probably hard to see, but the clips just kind of snap in there, and you can pop them out of there pretty easy. Okay. One of them's on the ground. I don't know where the other one's at. Let me get something to put underneath here to catch what little fluid it's going to drain out. Okay, there's that one and that one. So now let me get you set up here. Okay, that's the bolt. Oh, and just so you know, the insert, the plastic insert that goes in there, I took it out the other day so that I could clean this and then drive it and verify. So the plastic insert, which is this piece right here. Hold on. See that plastic insert? I snapped it out of there the other day, and it's just held in by two plastic clips, kind of like those. You just pull them out of there. There's only two, one on each end, and that whole piece of plastic will come out of there, which will give you access to this little jingus here. Now, so I'm just reaching in here with a 10mm wrench. Kind of cramped, but it's coming. Almost. Okay. There's the bolt. Okay. There it is. Let me bring you over here and show you what this thing looks like. Okay, so here's the jumper. There's where the bolt went to hold it up against the cooler. This is the receptacles where the transmission lines go in. There's two O-rings in here that I'm going to need to dig out of there with a pick. Now the seals that go on right here, these washer seals, they're actually a washer with a rubber seal built in, and you cannot get these separately for this particular deal. They don't sell just the seals. You got to buy this whole manifold, which, like I say, is like $80 to $150. Okay, so I don't know if these are actually metric or imperial. It's about 331 thousandths imperial, or right at 8.5 millimeter. Both these are the same. The imperial, as far as the washer, the seal washer kits that I have, I've got an imperial, I've got a metric. The imperial fits better. These slide right on here. These are 5/16, and they slide right on there and fit perfect. So that's what we're going to end up using. Now all I'm going to do is dig the O-rings out of here and pop two new ones in there. So let me get a pick. Okay. Got a pick. One O-ring. Two O-rings. Now we'll get my O-ring kit. Okay, got my O-ring kit. I'm using the metric O-rings, and I found two that are almost perfectly the size. Yeah. So there's the two new O-rings. And I think a screwdriver is going to work better for this. Just working it down in that groove. And got that one in there. I know you guys probably can't see that, but I push it down just a little bit vertically, and then I kind of rotate it into the groove, and then I kind of walk it along. There it is. So two new O-rings, two new seals. Now we can bolt it back on. Okay, time to put this thing back together. Let's see here. Kind of going by feel at the moment because I cannot tell the camera. I'm trying to keep the camera in a position to where you guys can kind of try to get an idea of where this is at. Okay, so I got that. Gonna look over here, make sure it's lined up right. Okay, looks good. Yeah, that should be plenty good. Okay, now when you put these clips in, you don't want to have the tube in the receptacle yet. You put these in with the, before you snap the tube in. These things expand out then snap back, and it's a lot easier usually to snap these in with the tube out. And I should have snapped these in while I had it over there. To be honest, I wasn't thinking. Okay, there's the lower one. This other one is a little different design, so it's being a little bit more stubborn. Plus, I can't really see. Okay, I'm gonna move the camera. Okay, got them both in there. Now I'm gonna snap the lines in. Okay. There's the lower one. We'll snap the little cover on. There's the upper one. Snap that cover on. I like to tug on them. Make sure they're not going to pop out. And that's it. Start it up, make sure it doesn't leak. I spray it all down with alcohol so it's perfectly dry. And then